Good evening from the BAC. It's Trinity Lutheran Cougar basketball here in the Buzz 99.3 WZZB. The Cougars at home here tonight as they will take on Madison. It's the Cougars' third game of the week as they entered the week with a win over Crothersville on Monday, 70-39, before dropping a hard-fought contest Tuesday evening to Scottsburg, 56-51. And, of course, with this being this late in the season, Madison, the last home game of the year for the 2025-26 season. And the Cougars hope to turn in another victory as they're coming in at 12-8 on the year, looking for win number 13 against a Madison ball club that comes in at 4-15 on the year. So, again, the Cougars under third-year head coach Mike Lang. He is 34-37 in his tenure here and would like nothing better than to collect a win tonight here at the BAC. The duo of Hudson Lang and Reed Mellencamp continues to lead scoring for this ball club. Lang at 17.3 points per ball game. He's pulling down 3.1 rebounds. Reed Mellencamp, a nice year for that young man, 16.4 points, 5.5 rebounds. So, again, the Cougars, they come in here averaging 61.1 points per ball game. They're giving up 55.1. Meanwhile, Madison, they've struggled this season to a 4-15 record. They've lost their last three going back to February 12th, an 80-46 loss to Class 3A Brownstown Central. And then they followed up with a road loss at Greensburg on Valentine's Day, 75-46 as they lose to Class 3A Greensburg. And then Providence really got after them as the Cubs lost that ball game 76-37. So Coach Denny Gibson, he's in his second year at Madison, 13-30. There's no doubt that this ball club will be hungry for a victory here tonight. Just a quick look at Sectional 60 play here at this point of the season. Hauser, they are 7-0 against sectional opponents. They handed Trinity a loss back on December 6th by a final score of 60-43. Of course, that being very early in the season, you would think both of those ball clubs, different ball clubs at this juncture. And then Hauser followed that up with wins over Oldenburg, Shaw Memorial, Rising Sun, Jack Sandell, and Crothersville. So in essence, they are the team to beat. They've played each of the sectional 60 foes up to this point and have come out victorious. And in fact, their average margin of victory, 32.1 points per ball game. So they've really been dominant. Trinity, though, they're 5-1 against sectional 60 opponents. Of course, they started off with that loss to Hauser early in the season and then picked it right back up January 17th with a 63-50 win over Rising Sun. They defeated Milan on January 20th. Game against Oldenburg Academy, they dominated 66-42 on January 23rd. And then they followed that up with wins over Jack Sandell on January 31st. And most recently, Trinity dominated Crothersville, as mentioned, on Monday. So the Cougars hitting on all the right cylinders at this time of year, and it should be a good ball game here tonight at the BAC, as once again it'll be the final home game of the year here for this Trinity Lutheran Ball Club. Again, we certainly are looking forward to tonight's ball game. We'll come back. We're going to talk with TLHS head coach Mike Lang. You're listening to Cougars basketball on the Buzz 99.3 WZZB. And we're here with TLHS head coach Mike Lang as Trinity Lutheran plays yet again here this week. A busy week of basketball at the BAC. 3 straight home games here as that homestand will close tonight as Madison comes to town. And Coach, probably good to be at home during this stretch of the year where you can rest the kids a little bit between games, but it's been a busy week.
It's been a really busy week. It's like I alluded to Jay on the coach's show, one of the hardest things that we've experienced all year, in addition to a 10-game road trip, was the fact of playing back-to-back games on school nights. That's something that was new to me. In all my years of coaching, I've never played back-to-back games on a school night. And our legs were just gone because the kids don't get their proper rest that they usually get from the Friday, Saturday game.
Well, to that extent, it was a game that was rescheduled. I think, generally speaking, it was an agreement between you and Crothersville to go ahead and schedule that on a Monday night. But by the same token, talking about the back-to-backs, kids in their basketball form this time of year, does that kind of stress really become detrimental in that regard, or is it a strength builder?
Well, I'm going to try to use it as a strength builder because we kept telling the guys, they're not crazy. They were tired because we actually did our Scottsburg walkthrough right after school, and then we had some food. But if you're going to win a sectional, you got to play two back-to-back Friday, Saturday. So, that's the way we compared it to.
Well, you had a good test against Scottsburg, came up short by 5. That was a ball game that had a lot of ups and downs and back and forth, a competitive ball game. And it was one that probably made you better in the long run.
Yeah, I think so. I thought we controlled probably 75% of that game. I knew we were playing with fire throughout that game. They started hitting threes in the fourth quarter, and we got down a little bit, but we made a good run back at them. We had a chance down 3 with the ball and coming down, and we had a turnover, and they go down and capitalize again. But, Scottsburg made shots, and that game will make us better.
Well, just look at the schedule. Of course, tonight, third game of the week against Madison, and then coming up later next week, you have a road game at Greenwood Christian, and then finish at Austin. A couple of ball games to look forward to: Class 1A Greenwood Christian, Class 2A Austin. And I always go to strength of schedule, and then in comparison to tonight's game against Madison, the strength of schedule really is highlighted in that regard as, that's always a strong point. Your schedule strength 56.75. That's a pretty strong schedule. Madison has a 70.77. Not throwing stones in that regard, but just really underscoring the point that you're not afraid to play.
No, they're a 3A school. That's where they should be. We get saturated down with some of the schools that's on our schedule, and it's something we went away from this year to boost it up. But I think if you look at it at the end of the year, once Austin and Madison and GCA are on there, that strength of schedule is going to get boosted up even more. But this is a dangerous team. They've played some teams. They've only got 4 victories on the year, but they've played some teams really good. And, when I see they only lost to Charlestown by 2. That's that causes a lot of concern for me, but I feel really comfortable with how we're playing and the way we're playing right now.
Well, again, Madison 4-15 on the year, like you mentioned, a dangerous ball club. You've gone to a 12-8 record at this juncture of the season. I know you well enough to know that you don't like the 8 number, but winning 7 out of your last 8, that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive. You go back, you would like to have maybe a handful of those games back from earlier in the year, but it's like we tell the guys, we can't look at the season through a rearview mirror. Everything's straight ahead, and we keep plowing forward, and Madison just happens to be the next test.
Let's talk about this Madison ball club. Some of the strengths and weaknesses there. A fairly young ball club, a few seniors here, some freshmen on the squad, some sophomores. So you get a mixed bag there, but they can be dangerous.
They can be. Russell, man, he can stroke it. If we don't keep a hand on him and let him loose, he'll let it fly tonight. I'm really impressed with the 5 kid. I think he hits it both on the inside and outside, and those would be two good matchups tonight for Reed and Hud.
Well, Russell, the 5'11 freshman, the leading scorer on this ball club, and then you mentioned the 5 kid, also an underclassman, a junior, 11.4. They have another freshman here, Gavin Barnes, that has also made some noise. So again, they're getting some experience as that program goes through a turnaround there, and it should be a good matchup here tonight.
Yeah, I see what Coach Gibson's doing. He's building for the future, and if they allow him to be patient with what he's doing, this is going to be a nice ball club here in a couple of years.
Well, Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Looking forward to a great ball game tonight, and go Cougars.
Go Cougs. Let's finish this out with the W.
Coach Mike Lang on the pregame show. We'll come back. We'll look at the starting lineups and your opening tip. You're listening to Cougars Basketball on the Buzz, 99.3 WZZB.
That they may use them to glorify you. We ask you, Lord, may be kept free from injury, and that you be with us as we leave this place tonight. All that we pray in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen.
And we're treated to a nice job on the national anthem. One of the students here at TLHS on the electric guitar, and just really found favor with the crowd here tonight. Good evening once again. Curt Nichols here from Trinity Lutheran High School. It's the Cougars taking on Madison here tonight. Trinity 12-8 on the year, Madison 4-15. Let's take a look at your starting lineups here for tonight's game. Madison under second-year head coach Danny Gibson. They will open with Brayson Russell, a 5'11 freshman. Leading scorer on this ball club, 22.3 points, 4.2 rebounds. Gabe Fife, a guard, a 6'1 junior, 11.4 points, 5.6 rebounds. Third guard is Kevin Barnes. He's a 5'9 freshman on this young ball club, 12.5 points, 2.5 rebounds on the year. The forwards, Kevin Malone, a 6'4 senior, 2.5 points and 2 rebounds. And Zachary Vinup, a 6'5 senior, 5.8 points, 7 rebounds. Here's a look at the Cougars. Hudson Lang, as usual, will get us started at guard. 6'1 junior, leading scorer, 17.3 points, 3.1 rebounds. He'll be joined by Reed Mellencamp, 6'3 junior, 16.4 points, 5.5 rebounds. Isaac Darledge getting a start tonight. Isaac, a 5'9 junior, 2 points and 2 rebounds on the year. Bodie Brooks will be at a guard position, a forward position, a 6'3 junior, 5.8 points, 6.1 rebounds. And Logan Chapman, a 6'4 junior at a forward, 2.5 points, 1.9 rebounds. That's a look at the Trinity Lutheran Cougars, 12-8 on the year, winners of 7 of their last 8. Third-year head coach Mike Lang at the helm of this ball club as we're getting ready to get going here from the BAC. They're listening tonight from all the way down in Florida, all the way through southern Indiana and parts unknown. Glad to have you along here tonight. Trinity going from my left to right, it will be Reed Mellencamp at 6'3". He'll be going up against Zachary Vinup at 6'5". Ball's in the air, controlled by Madison, and this ball game's underway here from the BAC. Sit back, relax, enjoy this February contest here. Again, it's the Cougars and the Cubs. Now baseline left entry pass down low is Vinup. They'll go out on top, 3 on the way. That's good right away. Brayson Russell starts off with the 3 ball. Here's Trinity trying to answer now in their first possession here. It's Bodie Brooks on the left wing coming out to Lang on top. Lang is pushed by Barnes at the top of the key, and now in the lane on the drive with Sinclair as he'll kick it out. Now Mellencamp 3 ball on the way. That's off of the mark. Braxton Sinclair getting the start tonight. I think that I may have given that start to Logan Shepman, so Sinclair in for Shepman tonight. Here's Trinity now back defensively in a man-to-man across the top. It's Barnes as he will hand it over to Russell, who hit the 3 ball a moment ago. And now here's Gabe Fife. He'll jack the 3 from the right wing. That's good. Gabe Fife, so a pair of 3 balls. Madison starting off hot early here. It's an early 6-0 lead, and we're just underway here at the BAC tonight. On the dribble now, here's Lang across the top, gets it over to Darledge. Darledge will scoop it over to Brooks on the left side. Now Lang, baseline left, spins, can't find space. Darledge now kicks it over the right side. 3 on the way by Brooks now, and the rebound falls to Gavin Barnes. Trinity still on, not on the scoreboard here as they're down 6-0. On the dribbles, Brayson Russell across the top. He'll hand it off to Kevin Malone with his first touch of the ball game. And now here's Fife once again. On top as Trinity continues to pressure the basketball. Barnes, now they'll go on top. Right back over to Malone, and then they'll hand it to Russell. Russell cut off nicely by the Trinity defense as Darledge making a nice move. Now baseline left inside. Off of the rim, no, and the rebound run down by Trinity. And here come the Cougars as Lang with the rebound down the right side on the dribble, baseline right. Started to step back, couldn't find space. 3 on the way by Brooks. It's on the way, good. Bodie Brooks with the 3 ball. Well, right away, that will draw a timeout by Trinity Lutheran. That will be a 30. Check the Bob Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard. 5:51 left here in period number 1. It's Madison 6, Trinity Lutheran 3. We'll be right back. We want to thank our good friends from Pizza Palace for sponsoring the start of tonight's game. Stop in, mention tonight's game night special. Get a 16-inch two-topping pizza for only $19.99 at Pizza Palace on West Tipton Street in Seymour. Now here's a bump foul on Trinity. It's Isaac Darledge with his first of the ball game. No, they call an offensive foul, so that goes the other way. And instead, it will be on Kevin Malone as he set the illegal screen. That's been a point of emphasis this year as it relates to getting set and making a crisp screen there, and certainly wanting to minimize injuries. Here's a three once again as Bodie Brooks hits his second three ball from the right corner, and he's tied this ball game at 6 apiece. Good ball movement by Trinity Lutheran with 5:20 left in period number 1. Here's Malone. He'll hand it off now on the right wing. He's working the basketball out on top. Now rifles it down baseline right, and then the cutter for releasing from the left side has been up. Ball sails out of bounds, and that will be a Madison turnover, and they'll give it right back to the Cougars, who have a chance here to take their first lead of tonight's ball game. Again, we're tied at 6 apiece. It's 3 balls galore here. Bodie Brooks with a pair, Gabe Fife and Brayson Russell with the 3 balls for Madison. Now on the right side, here's Sinclair. Sinclair with the basketball on the right wing, looking for help. They'll play pitch and catch across the top. Now Lang in between circles. Darledge, left wing. High post, he goes to Mellencamp. Mellencamp surveys the defense, dumps it down inside. Lang challenges off of the front of the rim. No, and the rebound falls to the Cubs. Madison down the floor. Baseline right, Fife. Little hanger inside, and nice double clutch. Gabe Fife with his 5th point of the ball game. 8-6 Madison. Trinity in a hurry down the left side, and putting it up and in is Braxton Sinclair. Nobody cut him off, and he attacks it from the left side and put it up with his right hand. And we're tied once again at 8 apiece. And now real quickly down the floor, an air ball by Brayson Russell from 6 feet. Trinity with a basketball. They'll go on the attack once again. Sinclair in the paint, spins with his left hand, little scoop shot off the front of the rim. No. Rebound falls to Madison. And it's a nice look inside by Braxton Sinclair, the 6'1 junior. He's averaging 7.9 points per ball game. And now getting the roll from 8 feet is Gabe Fife. He has 7. Madison 10, Trinity Lutheran 8. The ball sails out of bounds, now tipped out of bounds by Gabe Fife in transition. A quick moving first period here at the BAC tonight. Glad to have you along. Kurt Nichols here courtside as we bring you Cougars basketball here on WZZB. Spinning in the lane is Lang, and he can't get it to go as he releases from 10. That's rebound by Madison, and they go right back on the attack. Brayson Russell with the basketball. Hold, no call by Darledge. He picks his pocket. Darledge down the left side. He'll challenge, puts it up and in. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Isaac Darledge created the turnover and then took it all the way down, and then that created a foul situation. Getting his second is Kevin Malone, and that's the second Cubs foul of the ball game as Isaac Darledge, the 5'9 junior, stands at the free throw line with a +1 here. It's in the air. Good. Trinity's first lead comes at 11-10 with 3:21 left here in period number 1. Across the top on the dribbles, Barnes at the free throw line. Coming out to help is Malone. Malone, he's cut off by Sinclair. They'll go on top to Russell. Russell across the top. Trinity is really switching out well defensively here. Baseline left, and now thought about a three, pulling it down as Malone. He'll kick it to the right side. 3 in the air, that's good. Gabe Fife with the 3 ball. He has 10, and that'll draw a timeout here. Coach Mike Lang not happy. We'll step away for a timeout to check the Bob Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard. It reads Madison 13, Trinity 11. We'll be back with more action. You're listening to Cougars basketball. Back here at the BAC, and Coach Lang has his ball club really on a short leash there. He does not want to let this game get away from him, and certainly that was the topic of conversation. Now Trinity nearly throws it out of bounds when they inbound the basketball. Recovering is Darledge. He'll bring it down the floor. Right side, Lang gets it back out on top. Bodie Brooks with the basketball. Darledge, nothing there. He'll play pitch and catch. High post, Mellencamp back to Darledge, left corner. Here's a three on the way by Sinclair. That rolls off. Put back right up and in from the weak side. Hudson Lang with the putback. He scores his first two. And once again, we're tied here at 13 apiece. Madison now, they'll go high post with Malone. Malone curling across the top is Fife. Fife in between circles, little juke inside. Ball gets loose, tip from behind, turnover. Trinity now in transition. Here they come down the floor. Darledge cross court. Now they'll get it on top to Mellencamp and right back to Bodie Brooks in between circles. Now Darledge will set it up here as Trinity goes into their set. With 2:07 left here in period number one. Again, we're tied at 13 apiece. Lang thought about a three, pulls it down as coming over nicely was Barnes. Now they'll take it to the right side. Sinclair in the paint. Kicks it out. Brooks on the dribble. He's cut off again. And now Trinity will work it. Sinclair spins in the lane, little left-hand scoop shot, puts it up and in. Braxton Sinclair with his 4th point. Trinity 15, Madison 13. 1:39 left here in period number one. Glad to have you along here tonight at the BAC. It's the Cougars and the Cubs. And now traveling with the basketball is Brayson Russell. That's the 4th turnover by Madison here. So the Cougars looking to extend this lead here with 1:33 left in period number one. Across the midcourt stripe on the dribble is Brooks. Bodie goes to the left side over to Sinclair. Sinclair, Mellencamp now right side to Darledge. Darledge on the right wing. Lang on top. Back over to Brooks. High post inside. Here's Mellencamp. 1-on-2. Nice inside shot off the rim. No, gets his own rebound. Puts it up. Foul. Goes to the free throw line. Reed Mellencamp puts it right back up and in. He's fouled. Grabs the rebound, and he'll have a +1 here. So count the bucket here, and let's see if we can pick out the fingers. I believe it was Gabe Fife with his first. It is. So Mellencamp with his first 2 points of the ball game. The 80% free throw shooter will have his +1 opportunity here. It's in the air, and it's long, and the rebound falls to Zachary Vinnip for the Cubs. Trinity 17, Madison 13. Approaching 1 minute left here in period number one. Now they'll go cross court. Little dump down, now that's knocked loose. A free for all, and running it down nicely was Russell to avoid disaster for Madison. Russell on the dribble. Looking now, still on the dribble, lets a 15-footer go on a runner. No, rebound goes to Brooks. Trinity Lutheran down the floor. Trinity in the hurry. Here's Sinclair all the way to the rack. Ball for the mark. No, then the weak side once again is Reed Mellencamp with a putback. That's his 2nd putback of the evening. And Trinity defending nicely opens up this 6-point lead at 19-13 with 34 seconds left. Now inside. They'll go to the baseline right now, does Madison. Now long three on the way, no, as Barnes couldn't get it to go. Rebound goes to Vinnip, and they'll reset here. 20 seconds left in the period. Backing it out now, Madison's Gabe Fife. They'll take it around the horn, 3 on the way. Bryson Russell, no, air ball into the hands of Bodie Brooks. Trinity now, a chance to score before the horn. On top, Darledge, Lang with the basketball, right wing, 3 seconds left. Instead, it's Mellencamp, 3 on the way, off of the rim, no, and that's the way this period will end. So good first period for Trinity Lutheran as they recover nicely. A check of the Bob Porter Family Dealership scoreboard. It reads Trinity 19, Madison 13. We'll be back with the second quarter action. You're listening to Cougars basketball on the Buzz 99.3 WZZB. And we're back here at Trinity Lutheran High School where Trinity has dug in. They've had a nice point production in the first period. They are holding a 19-13 lead at the end of one, getting ready to go into period two as the Cougars will have the basketball. And they'll have to do something with the clock here because it shows 35.7 seconds left. So there we go, the correction made. And I was going to say it's going to be a quick second period here. Much more than what I'm used to. So again, Trinity will inbound the basketball. The Cougars shot from the floor, 53.3%. They go 60% from inside the arc. They shoot 40% from long range. So good start here for the Cougars as Darlidge will bring it across the midcourt stripe, hands it off to Lang. Now left side it goes to Mellencamp. High post as Logan Shepman in the ball game. Now here's Lang in the paint, pulls up from 13, banks it off the back of the rim. No, rebound fought for. Madison comes up with it, and here come the Cubs down the floor. Across the midcourt stripe is Russell. They'll go to the right wing. Darlidge doing a nice job of getting in Barnes' pocket now. They'll go across court, 5. Baseline left. Now Chronic, a little catch and shoot by Russell straight away. In and out, no good, off of a 3 ball. Rebound goes to Shepman, Trinity Lutheran. Once again, a chance to extend the lead. Just underway, period number 2. Here's Mellencamp. Mellencamp, Shepman posting up on the right block in the lane. Kicks it out to Mellencamp. 3 on the way by Reed. Good! Reed Mellencamp with a 3. He has 7, and it's a 22-13 lead. Trinity's largest lead of the contest at 9. On the dribble now, here's Russell. Russell steps back. He'll jack a 3. That's off of the side of the rim. No, tipped out of bounds by Fife. And it will be Trinity Lutheran basketball. So Trinity has the momentum here as we start period number 2. Coach Lang directing traffic as usual. And here's Lang. Walking it up the floor now with 6:47 left, period number 2, across the midcourt stripe. Lang fakes right, drives left, inside, pulls up, kicks it out to Mellencamp. And Madison does a nice job coming to the basketball. And now here's Lang, little Euro step inside, high off the glass, no. Rebound inside, booted right out on top to Mellencamp. And Trinity will reload here. Here's Lang, baseline right. Underhand scoop into Shepman inside. He'll put it up and in. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Nice job by Lang as he shoveled it to Shepman in the paint there. He goes up and converts. And it will be the first foul on Gabe Fife here. Actually, that should be 2 on him based on my calculations. So we'll check it here. Now they're going to give it to Zachary Bennett. There we go. So it's 14 instead of 12. All is good. And meanwhile, with a +1 opportunity, it's the 6'4 junior Logan Shepman as he'll work to convert here in the air. In and out, no good. Mellencamp with the rebound, puts it up off of the front of the rim, no. Shepman fights for it. He'll put it up high off the glass, no. Rebound goes to Darlidge as he'll take it into the paint. Now Mellencamp at the free throw line. Mellencamp forces her way in the left hand, no. And the rebound finally falls to Madison. The Cubs now down the floor. Madison on the dribbles, Barnes. Barnes lets it go off the glass. Rebound Shepman. Trinity coming the other way. Here we go as Lang all the way down, scoops it up and in. Hudson Lang with 4 points, and that'll draw a timeout by Madison. Trinity Lutheran has extended this lead here. The check of the Bod Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard, it reads Trinity Lutheran 26, Madison 13. We'll be back with more action. You're listening to Cougars basketball. Well, Trinity has been on fire here this evening. They've doubled up Madison 26-13, 5:50 left here in period number 2. The Cubs down the floor. Barnes in between circles, right side over to Fife. High post. Michael Purvis into the ball game for Madison. Trinity now really manning up nicely here. This is a nice matchup. Gavin Barnes against Darlidge, and Barnes just airmailed over the Trinity bench. That's the 5th turnover by the Cubs here, as Trinity having things go their way here up to this juncture of the ball game. Lang across the midcourt stripe, working on Barnes. right wing, dumps it over, and now pulling it down is Luke Shepman into the ball game. He'll get it down to Logan. Logan will kick it out. Now Mellencamp on top. Logan in the paint now. Lowers his shoulder, puts it up with the right hand, banks it up and in. That's a good matchup for Trinity. He has 4. Cougars 28, Madison 13. Barnes now working on Darledge. They'll get it right back to Barnes. They'll play pitch and catch across the top. Baseline right goes the basketball in the paint. As working down low is Vinup. Ball on the floor, and Trinity comes over with another steal. The Cougars in a hurry now. Here's Lang. Here's a 3 ball in the air. Long in the rebound. Weak side goes to Trinity, and a loose ball foul. It's Michael Purvis off of the rebound as he gets Logan Shepman off of the miss. So that'll be 2 team fouls. The first on Purvis as Isaac Darledge. A nice set of minutes for Trinity as Trinity Lutheran now will go back on the attack. Bodie Brooks back in the ballgame. Lang challenges in the paint, gets the roll. Hudson Lang just willed that ball into the bucket, 30-13. He has 6. Now Trinity rocking and rolling across the lane. Here's 5, takes it all the way to the rim. No, rebound tip. Coming up with it is Shepman, and he'll hand it back out to Brooks. Trinity in transition once again. Reed Mellencamp down, gets the roll, puts it up and in. And Trinity Lutheran is just filling her up here tonight, 32-13. Didn't see that one coming. Gavin Barnes with the basketball. Across the top is Russell. Now they'll get it right back to Russell. Thought about a 3, pulled it down as Lang comes over defensively. Still working it as Russell baseline left. He's double teamed. Certainly frustrated there is Vinup now on top. Shovels it over to Purvis. Now right wing it goes over to Barnes. Barnes baseline right, 1-on-2. Kick out. Here's Russell. 3 on the way. Good. He can score. He has 6, so there's a timeout on the floor. It's a timeout by Madison this time, a 30-second timeout. A check of the Bob Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard. Trinity 32, Madison 16. We'll be right back with more action. The Cougars will bring it the length of the floor with a 32-16 lead. And if you're Coach Mike Lang, you want to see the intensity continue here on the part of his ball club. Here's Sinclair across the midcourt stripe. Right side, 3 on the way. Here's Luke Shepman. Oh, he pulls it down. Now they'll go to the left side. Sinclair into the paint. Shepman once again as they'll get it over to the right corner as Luke off of the miss. Rebound goes to Bodie Brooks. Trinity reloads here. Ball tipped out of bounds. Trinity basketball. So Luke's had a couple of good looks at it from the right corner. Couldn't get it to go. Trinity rebounding well offensively. 3:21 left here, period number 2. Trinity 13, Madison 16 across the top. They'll get it to Luke. Now they'll go back out on top. Mellencamp, long 3 on the way. That's short. And the rebound run down by Russell. Madison, as Russell pulls up from 8 and makes a little floater. Nice job by Brayson Russell. He has 8 of the 18 points by Madison. Now Luke with the basketball across the lane, kick out. Sinclair lowers his shoulder, spins, travels, and for a second I thought he was going to get away with it. So he was going 1 against 3, and he was going to will his way into the paint there and shuffle the feet. And that'll give the ball right back to the Cubs, 32-18. Trinity with 2:53 left here in period number 2. Kurt Nichols here at the BAC tonight, bringing you Trinity basketball on the Buzz 99.3. Here's a runner once again as Russell has to go off the front of the rim. It's run down by Bodie Brooks. And now Lang down the right side of the floor. Lang inside, splits the defenders, kicks it out on top to Brooks. And now they'll go to Sinclair. Entry pass down low to Shepman. Shepman, little hang off of the rim, no, as he couldn't get it to go. Logan, nice little bump down there as the rebound goes to Madison. Now runner inside. Vinup with the basketball on the floor. There's a jump ball, and it will be possession arrow to Madison. as it took two to get up the 6'5" senior Zachary Bennett from the floor. One Trinity player and one Madison Cub there. So the Cubs will inbound the basketball once again. Catch and shoot. Russell three on the way. Wide. Rebound inside. Goes to the hands of Malone. Now they'll dump it right back down. Here's a foul on Trinity as Gabe Fife draws the foul. Logan Shepman with his first personal. Bet you if you ask Logan, he thought he got a clean tip. The official says no, and that will send the Cubs to the free throw line in the person of Gabe Fife, who shoots 47% from the free throw line. Free throw number one is good. And it's a 32-19 lead by Trinity. Darledge checks in for Trinity. Also Mellencamp checking out will be Luke Shepman and Logan Shepman. Meanwhile, at the free throw line, Fife set to deliver free throw number two here. It's in the air, and it's good again. Gabe Fife with 11, and it's a 32-20 lead by Trinity. The Cougars now facing full court pressure. Darledge on the dribble, gets it across the midcourt stripe, and then shovels it back to Lang. Lang stutter step on the left wing, gets it back to Darledge. Darledge with 1:54 left. They'll take it around the horn. Now the ball tipped loose. That'll be a steal as the Cougars give it up, and now in transition, there will be a foul on Trinity. I believe Isaac Darledge is going to be whistled for the foul, and going to the deck hard is Madison Cub here. Didn't get his number. I believe that was Gabe Fife, but let's check it. It was. So that will be Darledge. That's his first, team second. Gabe Fife, the 6'1" junior, had his bell rung hard. It was a hard foul, but not of the flagrant variety in that sense. And so Fife still trying to stretch out the legs there and straighten the back up a little bit. He's presented the basketball in the first free throw. No problem at all. Fife with a dozen. Madison to within 11 at 32-21. And now the second free throw by Fife in the air. Good again. Trinity by 10, 32-22. Full court pressure down the floor. Here comes Brooks, right side. Here's Sinclair. They'll kick it out to Darledge. Darledge in the left corner to Lang. Lang on the left wing. Coming over to meet him is Malone with 1:35 left here in period number two. Lang on the dribble. Now kicks it out. Here is Mellencamp right back to Lang on top. Lang on the right wing. Now they'll get it to Brooks. Brooks in the right corner, cross pass, court pass to Darledge. And now Lang with 1:16. Trinity really doesn't need to be in a hurry. Here's Lang as he'll kick it out once again. Mellencamp. On top is Brooks. Trinity working the clock here. Nicely done as Braxton Sinclair with the basketball. Loops it into the hands of Mellencamp. Cross court. Three on the way by Brooks. No, and it couldn't get it to go. Wide open three ball, rebound Madison, and they'll can get it inside double digits here. On the dribble is Russell. Russell backs it out with 52 seconds. Long three on the way is good. Brayson Russell can shoot the rock, baby. He has 11, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point ball game. 32-25, Trinity Lutheran. Lang with the basketball. Now they get it over to Sinclair. Trinity Lutheran fans come alive. Madison likewise. Lang in the paint. Then he nearly is tied up, and you may reach in. Let's call it here. That's a tied up basketball. So possession error will go to Trinity Lutheran. As Lang kind of left the ball low and couldn't wiggle it free. Now Trinity will work it in with 30 seconds left. Here's Lang, baseline right, 12-footer in the air. Gets the roll, Hud Lang. Nice touch there, 34-25. Trinity back up by 9. 22 seconds left here in the period. And now across the top, here is Barnes. Barnes, high post. Malone shovels it down top to Fife. Around the circle he goes. Fife, baseline right, hanger, partially blocked by Trinity as Braxton Sinclair makes a nice play there to block the basketball. 2 seconds left, and making it the buzzer is Bodie Brooks as he takes it down and shovels it in. So Trinity Lutheran closes it out here on a positive note in period number 2. A check of the Bob Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard. It's halftime here at the BAC. The scoreboard reads Trinity Lutheran 36, Madison 25. We'll come back and we'll have a look at halftime stats as the halftime show coming up right here on WZZB. You're listening to Cougars basketball. This is Cougars halftime here at the BAC. Tonight, Trinity Lutheran taking on Madison here, the last home game of the season for Trinity Lutheran. And here at halftime, Trinity holding this 36-25 lead. Let's take a look at the scoring here for Madison here again at halftime. Once again with 25 on the board. This ball club averages 52.8, so they're right on the money in that regard. As far as their offensive output, they're led here at halftime. Gabe Fife with 13 points. Fife has a couple of 3 balls as well as a couple of field goals to go along with 3 free throws. So once again, Fife, a nice first half for that young man as he scores 13. Brayson Russell, he has 11. He's hit 3 balls here tonight to go along with a field goal. So he is the only other Madison Cup in double figures. And then, of course, simple math would say there's one more point to account for. And that one belongs to Zachary Venep, as, of course, he makes a free throw to account for all of the 25 points scored by Madison here at halftime. Taking a look at the numbers now under the hood a bit, Madison, they go 8 of 21 from the floor, 38.1%. Inside the arc, 3 of 10 at 30%, and then long range, 5 of 11 at 45.5%, and a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Where they got into trouble here in the first half, really, you look at the nice defensive set and pressure that Trinity has delivered. 7 Madison turnovers here at halftime to go along with 12 rebounds by the Madison Cubs. We're going to come back as the halftime show continues. We'll look at Trinity scoring. You're listening to Cougars basketball. And the halftime show continues here from the BAC at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour, Indiana. As Trinity Lutheran taking on Madison here at the BAC, where we have a halftime score, Trinity Lutheran 36, Madison 25. Let's take a look at Trinity scoring. Outperforming their average offensive output thus far. They're averaging 61.1 here at the halfway mark, 36 points. And let's see how they did it here in the at halfway. As Reed Mellencamp scores 9 points here for Trinity Lutheran on a 3 ball and 3 field goals. Mellencamp, nice job once again as he's joined by Hudson Lang. That duo of Mellencamp and Lang, the top 2 scorers on this ball club, as Lang delivers 8 points as a result of 4 field goals. Also with 8 points, Bodie Brooks, a nice first half for Trinity. He had a couple of 3 balls along with the field goal. And then, in addition, a pair of Cougars with 4 points. That would include Braxton Sinclair, a couple of field goals there. And then Logan Chapman also with a couple of field goals. Trinity's Isaac Darledge, he has 3 points here with a field goal and a free throw. Taking a look at the shooting statistics now, Trinity shooting 50% from the floor on 16 of 32 shooting here tonight. They go 13 of 23 from inside the arc. Long range from three-point land, they go 3 of 9 at 33.3%. Free throws, they were just 1 of 3. And really a pleasant number here in addition to the score at this point. The fact that Trinity has only turned over the ball twice to go along with 12 rebounds. In fact, both teams with a dozen rebounds here in the first half. Trinity Lutheran, their biggest lead was 19 at 32-13. And then the Cubs finally got on track there. They got to 11 and then as low as 7 at 32-25 before Trinity was able to extend that lead back out here to a 36-25 lead here at halftime. Before we end the halftime show, we'll just congratulate the junior varsity team as they won tonight's JV game. The final score of 70-42. They've been putting some numbers in the books here the last 3 or 4 games, as this is a scoring bunch here. A pair of Cougars with 16. That would include Rusty Harris and Brody Stuckwish. In addition, it was Eli Williams with 15 and Ross Beavers with 13. So all of those players in double figures. And then we'll go down the horn here as Will Hackman with a field goal, Dane Gillespie also with 2, and Luke Curry with 2. So again, Trinity winning that JV contest here this evening, 70-42. They outscored Madison 17-10 in the first period, and then 19-11 in period 2. Period 3, Madison outscored the Cougars 12-11 before Trinity finished on a run of 23-9 to close it out. Congratulations, Trinity Lutheran's JV team here tonight on their victory. Trinity tonight, again, their final home game of the season. They will go to Greenwood Christian on Tuesday night, and then that will be followed by a Thursday night affair at Austin, and we'll plan on bringing you those ball games right here on WZZB, and we certainly look forward to having you along here. Well, both teams out on the floor here as they'll warm up to get ready for third quarter action. This has been Trinity Cougars halftime. We'll be back once again. You're listening to Cougars basketball. Well, both teams on the floor now as they'll take the clock stop with 35 seconds left, and they quickly moved it to 8, so I guess we're going to get going here. It looks like Trinity starters are back on the floor. It's going to be Darledge along with Mellencamp and Lang, also Bodie Brooks, and in addition, Braxton Sinclair. Madison will open with the basketball here as the third quarter now underway. Trinity holding this 36-25 lead. Let's see what the adjustments are. Well, it starts off nice for Madison as Zachary Venup gets loose inside wide open. He puts it up and in, 36-27. On the dribble now, here's Brooks on the left wing. Lang, high post, 1-on-2, 3 ball on the way. Here's Sinclair, that's off of the mark. Mellencamp with a rebound, now ball on the floor, knocked loose. And coming up to control the basketball is Madison. And the Cubs now working to get back into this when they'll go to the high post with Malone. Curling to it is Russell. Russell on the left wing, back to Malone. Now they'll go to the right side. Here's Gabe Fife now working on Mellencamp. They'll try to set a screen. And now working down low to post up is Venup, but they can't get it down to him. And now Madison will work it across the top as Russell takes it around the perimeter. 3 on the way by Gavin Barnes, good. He just curled around, was wide open on the right wing. 36-30, and so those crucial first 2 or 3 minutes of period 3, it's all about the control of the game right there, and Trinity a little sluggish here. Here's Mellencamp inside, now reach-in foul on Madison before Mellencamp was able to get a shot away, and we'll check it here as Trinity will prepare to inbound the basketball from the left baseline. So that'll be the second foul on Gabe Fife, first for Madison here in the period. Trinity's Bodie Brooks will inbound it, baseline left. Brooks looking, Lang now in the left corner, gets it out on top. Here's Sinclair in the paint, kicks it out. Darledge. Now they'll loop it right back out to Mellencamp inside. Mellencamp with a runner, ball knocked loose, turnover. Here comes the Cubs once again as Trinity just really letting the ball get loose there. Now they'll post up inside. Venup kick out. Here is Fife with the basketball. He'll challenge inside as it's partially blocked by Lang. Knocked into the hands of Mellencamp. Right back to Lang. Here's Hudd down the middle. The ball locked loose again, and then it's another Trinity turnover. So sloppy play by the Cougars. On top, here's Fife. Fife bump, no call. Instead, here is Malone, a three on the way. That's off the mark. Rebound inside, and it'll be a rebounding foul on Trinity. Off with a miss, and I believe they got Bodie Brooks there. So he did bump him pretty good, Coach Lang. Yeah. There'll be a timeout now. So we'll check the foul here before we get away. It'll be a 30-second timeout. In fact, we may hold it right here. Let's check it. I don't think they flashed the foul. Yeah, they did. Okay, they give it to Hudson Lang. So we'll go ahead and step away for 30. You're listening to Cougars basketball. So Madison will bring it in baseline right. They've charged within 6 at 36-30, and Trinity as of yet to score here in period number 3. Off of the rim, no, inside Venup from point blank range. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound goes to Madison. They'll reload here. On the dribble is Barnes. Barnes gets loose high off of the backboard and drops it right back in. Gavin Barnes had to go high to avoid the block, and now it's a 4-point game. Trinity needs to answer here in a hurry, 36-32 lead. They'll get it to Brooks. Brooks entry pass. Here is Mellencamp, and he'll split the defenders inside, puts it up and in. Ball nearly got away, 38-32 Trinity. Mellencamp with 11 to lead the Cougars, and now long through on the way. That is nothing but net. Grayson Russell with a 3 ball. 38-35, the Cubs answer now. Here's Mellencamp, pulls it down, and now an offensive foul as Mellencamp is going to get called. And the reason he got called for that, he gets his left hand up and cleared it out. And that was a good call by the official. I can't find no fault in that. And so as more of an error on the part of Trinity's Reed Mellencamp in judgment there, as both Lang and Mellencamp will sit. And it's Ross Beavers into the ballgame for Trinity, as well as Luke Shepman. So that's a message there from Coach Lang to his top 2 scorers here to that extent. Now on the dribble, they'll go to the left side. 3 in the air once again as Barnes couldn't get it to go. Rebound goes to Darledge for Trinity. The Cougars in transition. Brooks. Now they'll go to the right side to Luke. Luke Shepman now has his pocket pick. And now all the way down, challenging inside. Oh, nice jet play by Bodie Brooks as he blocks Gavin Barnes' attempt. And now the ball sails out of bounds, goes off of the side of Trinity's Ross Beavers. So that's unfortunate there for the Cougars. As Hud Lang, he will re-enter here. Shepman right back out. And now Trinity will try to dig in defensively here. Once again, 38-35. Trinity by 3. They've only scored 2 points here in the period. Long 3 on the way by Madison. Air ball. And that's run down by Darledge. Trinity with numbers now. Here they go down the floor. Kick out. Lang through on the way. Left side. Off of the mark wide. Rebound goes to Sinclair. Trinity will reset. As now Bodie Brooks with a 3 ball. Good! Bodie Brooks with a big 3. He has 11. And Trinity keeping the ball alive there to get Brooks wide open on the left wing. It's a 41-35 ball game. On the dribble, here's Fife inside. Tries to split the defenders. Cut off nicely at the free throw line. Here's Russell baseline left. In the paint, Venup. He'll pull up from 8. Off the backboard, no. Rebound goes to Trinity's Bodie Brooks. Trinity Lutheran once again on a little run here. Here's Lang. He'll attack it. Little right hand up under shot as he'll scoop it up and in. And Hud just really hung in the air nicely and used that right hand there to scoop it up and in. 43-35, Trinity by 8. Out on top goes the basketball, Vinnip. Now they'll go to the left wing. Malone. He'll get some help now. Here's Barnes. Gavin. He'll take it out on top now. Skips it over across the top to Vinnip and then inside. It'll be a bump foul on Trinity as Malone started to make a move inside. So let's see here. It will be, I think they got Braxton Sinclair. Let's check it here. It is. That's his first. Trinity's third. 3:22 left, period number 3. Trinity by 8 at 43-35. Across the top, here's Fife. He'll let one go from 17 straight away. Good. Gabe Fife, nice job there. He has 15. There's a timeout on the floor. A check of the Bob Horner Family Dealership scoreboard. 3:17 left here in period number 3. We've got a good one. It's Trinity 43, Madison 37. You're listening to Cougars basketball. Trinity Cougars cheer squad putting on a nice show here at the break as, again, Trinity holding a 6-point lead at 43-37. Hope you're enjoying this one tonight from the BAC. Curt Nichols here courtside bringing you all the action from Trinity Lutheran High School as it's Class 1A Trinity Lutheran hosting Class 3A Madison. The Cubs will go full court pressure. Trinity gets it into Lang, who will bring it the length of the floor. Lang down across the midcourt stripe, hands it off to Brooks. Now right corner it goes. Inside is Sinclair. Now wide open, 3 on the way. Here is Ross Beavers. He drills a 3 ball. Ross Beavers with a huge 3. Trinity pushes it right back out to 9 at 46-37. Wide open. Nice job by Ross to knock that one down. Here's a 3 ball on the way by Madison trying to knock it down. Rebound goes to Mellencamp. Trinity now down the floor. Down the right side as they'll get it right back to Beavers on top. Now Lang, he'll let it go. 3 on the way. Good again! Hudson Lang with a 3 ball. Trinity pushes it right back out to a 49-37 lead on back-to-back 3 balls. Ross Beavers drains one. Now here's a 3 ball. Again, Ross draining one, and then Lang. A 3 ball miss by Madison, and Trinity gets it right back here. Let's see if Mellencamp can get it on the act. No, instead it'll be Bodie Brooks. Then traffic now across the top. Here's Beavers. Brooks gets the ball right back. 3 on the way again. Good again! Bodie Brooks, and bam, bam, bam. Just like that, it's a 52-37 ball game. 3 balls in a row by Trinity. That's how you score 9 in a hurry. 1:57 left, period number 3. Madison now. Let's see how they will answer as Gavin Barnes in the paint. Little Euro step inside, banks it off of the side of the rim. No, rebound Lang. Trinity coming the other way. Goes to the right side. Here is Sinclair in paint, and he travels with the basketball. Couldn't establish his feet there, and Braxton had some pressure to boot. So we'll go the other way now. Again, Trinity with 1:42 left in period number 3 has pushed this lead back out to 52-37 as they scored in bunches here last couple minutes. This is Malone. Now they'll go to left wing. They'll get it to Barnes. Barnes, high post, Vinnip. Now backdoor cut, nicely done as cutting to the bucket is Fife. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for the +1. Trinity slow to respond there, and getting a backdoor cut was Gabe Fife as he puts it up with his right hand. That'll be the first foul on, well, they're showing one on Sinclair. Let's check it. That's his second. So Braxton will check out here, and getting in is Luke Shepman. As for the +1, it's Gabe Fife now. He'll release, gets the roll. Gabe Fife with 18. 52-40, Trinity. Lang down the right side of the floor on the dribble. Bump, no call. Ball on the floor. He'll spin in the lane. Ball gets loose on the floor, recovers. He'll put it right back up, banks it in. Hudson Lang was every bit out of control, and instead he gets rewarded. And now Bryson Russell will travel with the basketball. That was an unforced error there. Hud probably dropped that ball 3 or 4 times in the paint and kept recovering and put it up and in, and he has 15. Checking in now is Logan Shepman as Ross Beavers with some nice minutes there, including that huge 3 ball for the Cougars. Trinity by 14, 54-40. Lang on the left wing, out on top to Shepman. Right side to Brooks. Now here's Mellencamp. Mellencamp in the paint. Skips it down low to Shepman, puts it up and in. That's some excellent interior passing as Trinity extends it now back out to 16 at 56-40. Now we've got we've got a young lady loose on the floor here. And she's as cute as can be in a little bit of an outfit here, but she walked out on the floor and disrupted play. No big deal. And Mama probably is a little bit of embarrassed, but a little bit of a humorous moment there at the BAC. Not a problem at all as she'll go back up and have a seat here. And play will resume as Keegan Malone will give it up now across the top into the hands of Fife with 40 seconds left here in the period. Trinity again 56-40. A hard bump by Reed Mellencamp as he tried to come off of a block. He'll be called for the foul. That's his second. And that should send the Cubs to the free throw line. Let's see if anybody's paying attention. They are. Gabe Fife will go to the free throw line now. So 5% of the basketball. He has 18, and first free throw is off of the front of the rim. No good. Fife is averaging 11 on the season. And now Madison will bring in Michael Purvis as getting a rest will be Kevin Malone for Madison. Meanwhile, it's game 5 with free throw number 2 set to deliver here. It's in the air, and this time it's good. Fife with 19, 56-41, Trinity by 15. Lang in a hurry down the midcourt stripe as Trinity gets it over to Brooks. Brooks backs it out with 27 seconds left, hands it to Fife. Now Mellencamp. Mellencamp gives up his dribble early. Helping out will be Trinity's Shepman. And now they'll get it to Lang. Lang once again on the right wing with 16 seconds left. So Trinity working for the final shot. Lang on the dribble. He'll attack 1 against 3. Dumps it down low to the released Reed Mellencamp as he released on the left baseline. 58-41. Nice job once again. Trinity interior passing, and out the buzzer, a 3 ball on the way, and that's the way this period will end. So Trinity Lutheran, they played with fire there in the third period a little bit, but then they're able to extend a lead once again. We'll check the Bob Pointer Family Dealership scoreboard. At the end of the third, it's the Cougars 58, the Cubs 41. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Cougars basketball. On we go to the fourth period. Trinity will inbound the basketball up 58-41 here, just underway again in period number 4. Lang on the dribble now as he will give it up to the right side to Darledge. Gets it right back. Long throw on the way by Lang, short. Rebound tipped by Trinity and then right into the hands of Bryson Russell. Russell across the midcourt stripe as Madison will set it up here. They'll go to the left wing. Barnes hands it off. Here's Vinup now, right back to Russell. Russell baseline right. He'll let a runner go from 8 feet. A nice little floater there, up and in and good. He has 16. That was smooth, a nice touch. Now ball tipped out of bounds. It'll be Trinity basketball. So it's right in front of the Madison bench. They're not thrilled about the call. Coach Danny Gibson expressing some concern about the call. Nonetheless, Trinity will work to get it in. And now they unable to do so. It'll be a turnover, and now Trinity will have to drop back defensively here as Madison gets the ball right back off of the steal. So Trinity just simply couldn't get it in bounds, and now here is game 5 for the 3 ball on the way. That's off of the mark. Rebound tipped as Darledge comes up with it. Now Trinity down the floor. Luke Shepman now. They'll get it to Darledge. Now Lang on the right wing. 7 minutes left here in regulation. Now Lang, baseline right, cut off, kick out. 3 on the way. Luke Shepman short, and the rebound into the hands of Zachary Vinup for Madison. The Cubs down the floor in a hurry. Fife. He'll take it down the left side. Tipped out of bounds by, nearly tipped by Shepman. Instead, it'll be a 3 ball into the hands of Gavin Barnes as he let one go. That's off of the mark. And it goes to Lang for Trinity Lutheran. Lang on the left wing, reverses course, backs it out in between circles. He's working on Barnes. Lang again on the dribble down the right side, kicks out. Here's a 3 once again by Luke Shepman on the way, short. And the rebound again into the hands of Madison as Zachary Vinup with the rebound. Luke's had a couple of nice looks there. Here's Vinup. Now right wing goes the basketball as Mellencamp able to cut it off. They'll get it on top to Russell. Russell working on Darledge. Those two have been going at it all night long. Here's Russell, left side, free throw line, foul. He'll go to the free throw line. So that'll be on Darledge. That's Isaac's second. As Russell did a nice job of drawing the foul, and right on cue, getting ready to come in for Trinity will be Bodie Brooks, and Luke Shepman will check out. 5:57 left here in regulation. Trinity 58, Madison 43, as the Cubs working to get the ball in baseline left, still looking. Now they'll get it, catch and shoot. 3 on the way, high arcing shot, no. Russell with the miss. Trinity with the rebound. Cougars down the floor in a hurry now. Here's Darledge on the left wing, on top to Lang. Lang just holding the basketball, and now he'll start in his move, goes into the paint, kick out. Here's Mellencamp, 3 on the way. Good! Reed Mellencamp. So Lang drew the defense, kicked it to wide open Reed Mellencamp right in front of the Trinity bench, 61-43. That was huge. Now Madison again, trying to answer Barnes. They'll get it over to Malone. Malone will give it up. And now they'll get it to Russell. Now the cutter from the weak side, ball gets stuck, and it's Gabe Fife that's fouled on the play. And he'll go to the free throw line. Let's see who the guilty party was there. I think that they got Bodie Brooks, if I could see the fingers that far. That's his first. So that will send Fife to the free throw line. Gabe, the leading scorer in tonight's ball game for everyone on the floor, 19 points, and off of the mark, no, with free throw number 1. Trinity, good production, 3 players in double figures. Bodie Brooks with 14, Lang with 15, and Mellencamp leading the team with 16. As Fife was able to make the second of 2, he has 20, 61-44 Trinity. Lang now gets it to Darledge across the midcourt stripe. They'll go to the left side. Brooks across the top. Now posting up is Shepman on the left block. He'll spin. Now a little hesitation, puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Zachary Vinup got caught in the air. That's his second. And that will send Logan Shepman to the line. Shepman was 6 so far. Has the 75% free throw shooter. Will toe the line here with 5:01 left here in regulation as Shepman eyes it in the air. Good. Just a smooth stroke by Logan Shepman. He has 7. 62-44 Trinity. Shepman's second free throw in the air. Good again. 63-44 as Trinity by 19 now as we have 4:56 left here in regulation. On top it's Malone. Now they'll dump it down baseline left into the hands of Fife. He'll have to give it up to Russell. Russell fakes right, drives left baseline, little leaner, tipped by Mellencamp right into the hands of Shepman. And Trinity Nice defensive stop there. Here come the Cougars. Here's Lang on the right wing. Behind the back dribble. Shake and bake. Fakes right, drives left. Now pulls up on the right baseline. Good. That was smooth from 12 feet on the right baseline. Hudson Lang with 17. You can't stop that, I'll tell you. On the dribble now, here's Russell. He'll jack a three straight away. That's short as it scuffs the front of the rim. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Trinity basketball. Heard an air ball chant, but I think technically that scuffed the front of the rim, so I'm going to give Russell some credit there. Russell is 16, so he's shown he can drill it. Now here's Mellencamp, left corner. Darlage, three on the way. That's off of the mark, and the rebound falls to Vinup. And once again, here comes Madison on the attack here. They'll get it over to Barnes. Barnes in traffic, little runner, double team, banks it in, scores, fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. So they've gotten Hudson Lang there with his second. Free throw off of the mark as Gavin Barnes couldn't get that to go. 65-46. Trinity across the midcourt stripe now. Here's Lang. They'll go to left wing. Darlage right back to Lang near the midcourt stripe. Lang pulls it down. Little tug from behind, has the ball picked away as Barnes creates a turnover. Barnes all the way down, puts it up and in. So Gavin Barnes picks Lang's pocket, and there's a timeout on the floor. Check the Bob Boyner Family Dealership scoreboard. 3:36 left in regulation. It's Trinity Lutheran 65, Madison 48. We'll come back with more action. You're listening to Cougars basketball. .336 left in this one. Should things hold as they are currently, Trinity holding a 65-48 lead here. Trinity looking for their 8th win in the last 9 games here. Coming off of that tough loss against Scottsburg here at the BAC on Tuesday. That was a very competitive contest, by the way. Trinity losing that one by 5 to Scottsburg 56-51. Trinity seems to have found their way here as they hold a 65-48 lead, and they'll work it across the midcourt stripe. Mellencamp with the basketball. Mellencamp gives it up left side to Darlage. Now Lang on the left wing. Lang, he'll take it in, loops it back to Darlage, and Trinity will work it here. Is Sinclair will shovel it over to Mellencamp on the right corner, and Trinity will reset here on top with Brooks, and now here's Lang in between circles. 3:09 left, coming to it is Mellencamp. That might have been what Coach Lang instructed there at timeout. 3 on the way now. Here's Sinclair. That's good! A long 3 ball by Bruxton. Sinclair, he has 7, 68-48, Trinity by 20. 2:52 left in this one. On the dribbles, Gabe Fife out on top. Vinup. Vinup will give it up to Russell. Russell. Nice little floater from the right side, or left side rather, high off of the mark, no, and the rebound falls to Trinity's Isaac Darlage, and the Cougars go right back on the attack. In the paint to challenge is Mellencamp, puts it up off of the underside of the rim, no, rebound goes to Madison, and now in transition off the mark is Russell. Rebound fought for, Darlage comes up with it, and now the Cougars right back at it here with 2:19 left. Lang thought about a 3. Instead, he'll pull it out. Bodie Brooks with the basketball. Trinity takes it across the perimeter. Darlage now, and now ball knocked out of bounds as Brayson Russell gets a hand on it. And Trinity will inbound it from the side court here with 2:10 left in tonight's ball game. They'll get it to Lang in the backcourt now. Lang, he's double teamed now. They're going to try to chase him down, and Lang is too slippery for that. He'll take it all the way in. Eurostep makes it off the side of the rim. No, he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That was one of those I dare you, and he did. And as a result, that'll be the 3rd foul on Zachary Vinup. That will send Lang to the free throw line. Hud was 17 to lead Trinity scoring here tonight as The 6'1 junior averaging 17.4. Looking to incrementally get his scoring average up as he's resting right on 17 now, as previously mentioned. Free throw number one. Round no good. That's about like one of those putts that half the ball goes all the way down the hole and comes right back out. So Lang will have another opportunity here. It's in the air. Good. 18 points for Lang, 69-48 Trinity. 2 minutes left here in this one. Down the floor, Madison, left wing Malone. Malone dumps it high post. Here's Vinup. That little dump down inside. Nice cut. Ball tipped to the hands of Lang as Fife couldn't get it to go. It's partially blocked. Trinity coming up with a basketball. Now they'll get it out ahead to Lang. Right corner goes. Three ball all the way by Bodie Brooks. That's good. That's a three ball. A catch and shoot from the right corner. Dorino. 72-48. Trinity shooting threes and now trying to answer the three of his own. And doing so is Brayson Russell as he shows that range that he can produce. He has 19. It's a 72-51 ball game. Trinity answers with another three on the way. This time it's Braxton Sinclair. That's short. Rebound falls to Madison with 1:14. On the dribble, here's Russell. He'll hand it to Martin. Now baseline right. On the dribble is Barnes. Barnes across the lane. And then just hands it off to the cutter as Zachary Vinup able to put it up and in. That was a nice play. He has 5. So there's a timeout on the floor. Check the Bob Porter Family of Dealership scoreboard. It reads Trinity Lutheran 72, Madison 53. We'll be right back with more action. Well, that was one of those substitution timeouts, and Trinity brings in Cade Chapman, Rusty Harris, Will Hackman, Ross Beavers, and Brody Stuckwish. And now from 17 straight away, Madison lets one go. Unable to get it as Shane Hill with 28 seconds left here in the period. 72-53, 24 seconds left in period number 4 here as Trinity will get it to Ross Beavers. Now on the left side is Hackman, now out on top. On the dribble, here's Harris. He'll let a runner go off of the rim. No. Rebound falls to Madison. And the Cubs with 7 seconds left, and this will pretty well do it here. As they'll just dribble it out, and Trinity's going to put this ball game in their pocket here. As the Cougars were able to close this one out here. A nice showing by Trinity Lutheran, the final score here at the BAC. As Trinity wins the final home game of the year here by a final score of 72-53. We'll come back with a post-game show. Coming up next, you're listening to Cougars Basketball. And we're back here at Trinity Lutheran High School where, again, the Cougars cash in this one here tonight. Final score is 72-53. And all kinds of familiar faces here coming up to join me here tonight. Let's take a look at the scoring here for tonight's ball game. First for Madison, Leading the scoring for this ball club, Gabe Fife, he has 20 as a result of a couple of 3 balls, 4 field goals inside the arc, as well as 6 points. A well-rounded scoring evening by Gabe Fife with 20. And then right on his heels was Brayson Russell. Russell with 19. He had 5 3 balls tonight to go along with 4 points from inside the arc. So that tandem right there, look out. Madison's future looks bright with those two, as again they're in double figures. 9 points tonight for Gavin Barnes. Barnes with a 3 ball to go along with 3 field goals. 5 points by Zachary Vinnip. Vinnip had a couple field goals, a free throw, and that's the extent of the scoring here for this ball club. They put 53 on the board. That's right at their season average, which is 52.8. They shoot 39.6% from the floor on 19 of 48 shooting. Inside the arc, they go 11 of 25. That's good for 44%. And then three-point land, 34.8 on 8 of 23 shooting here tonight, as they shoot also 70% from the free throw line on 7 of 10 shooting. Turnovers, they control the ball reasonably well in the second half, as they commit a game total of 11 turnovers here tonight's ball game to go along with 23 rebounds. That's a look at the Madison scoring. We'll come back in just a moment. We'll check Trinity scoring coming up next. You're listening to Cougars basketball. And the postgame show continues here at Trinity Lutheran, where the Cougars just picked up their 13th win of the year. As we'll take a look at Cougars scoring. Trinity putting 72 points on the board here, just scanning my card. That is, I believe, the 4th time this ball club has put 70, actually the 5th time that they've exceeded 70 points for a ball game this season. They were led in scoring. As usual, Hudson Lang with a productive night. He had 18 with a 3 ball, 14 points inside the arc to go along with a free throw. And Hud really got active inside, as he really was a load to deal with, taking the ball in the bucket and really converting quite nicely. So again, Hudson Lang with 18. Reed Mellencamp with 16 for Trinity, a couple of 3 balls, and then 5 field goals inside the arc. In addition, Bodie Brooks, a really nice night by Brooks. He had 5 3 balls to go along with a field goal here tonight, and the Cougars' second leading scorer, again, Bodie Brooks, and we're joined by TLHS head coach Mike Lang. And Coach, a nice quality win tonight by this ball club, as tell you what, they can score some points in a hurry, and it was impressive, as 3 3 balls there in the middle part of the ball game really just was a dagger against this Madison ball club.
Yeah, we shot the ball really well. I thought Bodie got hot tonight, and he got it rolling. Ross hit a big 3 out there to kind of propel us into a nice little run. But, you know, it's like this. I told the guys in the locker room, when we turn the switch on, we're a pretty darn good team. When we lose our focus, like we did a couple times here tonight, you know, we're very average, but
you'll take it, won't you?
I will I will take that team that turns the switch on any night.
And I feel certain that you talked in the locker room after closing out a strong second period. Intensity and focus to open period number 3 was really what you were looking for. Madison came out, and they really took it to us there before the Cougars rebounded and really just hit the gas.
We shouldn't have to call a timeout a minute 30 into the third quarter after we come out of a timeout. That's just focus, that's intensity, that's energy, and you are 100% right. You know, we didn't come out and check those boxes. The last thing we talked about was winning the first 3 minutes.
Well, you did get some good play out of all positions tonight. And we talked about this the last couple of games where you're getting some solid production. You know, you can't just sag off and double up Reed or Hud. You've got to deal with Bodie now, and, of course, Braxton he can do some damage as well. And Logan Chapman had a nice game tonight. He had 8 points. And so, you pick your poison in that sense, and this is really a dangerous ball club.
That's what we work for every day in practice. Bodie's been playing with a lot more confidence. Logan played with the most energy I've seen him play with. And I thought, defensively, Isaac Darledge really set the tone for us out there tonight as well. I mean, it was a complete team effort and group effort, and, we closed the homestand out for the season the way we wanted to, leaving everybody with the victory. And once again, it was a great crowd here tonight.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. You moved to 13-8 on the year, and we'll look forward to headed to Greenwood Christian as we go on the road, and we'll have that for you on WZZB. We'll see you there.
I appreciate it, Kurt. Thank you.
Coach Mike Lang here on the postgame show as we'll finish the Trinity scoring once again. As again, we mentioned Hudson Lang with 18. In addition, it was Bodie Brooks with 17 as a result of those 3 balls. Running players going down the list here. Braxton Sinclair, 7 points tonight. He had a 3-ball, a couple of field goals. 8 points by Logan Chapman, as we mentioned just a moment ago. A nice night for Logan. He scores 6 points as a result of field goals inside the arc, and then a couple of free throws. And then it would be Ross Beavers with a 3-ball for Trinity, along with a 3-ball by, Isaac Darledge with a field goal and a free throw. So that's a look at the Trinity scoring here. We'll come back. We'll name our Connor Smith Isetter Trinity Cougar Player of the Game coming up next. You're listening to Cougars Basketball on the Buzz 99.3 WZZB. And we're back here at Trinity Lutheran High School, where we'll name the Connor Smith Isetter Trinity Cougar Player of the Game. I'm going to go with Bodie Brooks here tonight. Bodie with those 17 points for the Cougars, as that young man just really had a nice game for this ball club. Bodie averaging 5.8 on the year, and he finds that and then some, as Bodie Brooks again is our Connor Smith Isetter Trinity Cougar Player of the Game. Well, this game started off nip and tuck here. As a matter of fact, we had 4 ties in the first period at 6, 8, 10, and 13. Trinity walked out of the first period with a 19-13 lead. They go into the second period as they outscore Madison 17-12 in period number 2 to take a 36-25 lead into the locker room at halftime. Then, things got interesting there in the third quarter as the Cubs got right back into the ball game at the end of the third as they were able to trim that lead down to 6 points before Trinity was able to extend that out, outscoring the Cubs 22-16 in period number 3 to take a 58-41 lead. As a result of a burst of energy by Cougars. As a matter of fact, they jammed three balls in a row to extend that lead out nicely. And then the Cougars finished the fourth quarter outscoring Madison 14-12 to post a 72-53 victory in tonight's ball game. Trinity improves to 13-8 on the year. Madison falls to 4-16. The Cubs, they will host Salem on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Trinity, as we mentioned, on the road at Greenwood Christian also on Tuesday. Well, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's ball game here at the BAC. It's been a good one, and we had a good crowd on hand here tonight as, again, Trinity was able to put smiles on the faces of the home crowd here in this last home game of the season. And, again, we certainly appreciate your listening in here tonight. So, again, until Tuesday, Kurt Nichols here from the BAC. Once again, Trinity winning tonight's ball game 72-53. Until next time, so long, everyone.